Hey, hey, hey. Oh, Quentin. Straight out the gate. Chillstrand. How's it going? Why is it? That's weird. It's all good. Hey, Holmes. How's it going? Sayart and Sofa Strangler. Good morning. You fantastic people. Okay. Eternal 80. You're back. You're becoming a regular, man. Much appreciated. Hey yo! Captain Jetlag is in the house. So, oh man, it's so much fun. So much fun to hang out with you guys every morning. How dare you, phone? Gok 6, awaken the beast. Captain Balls. Throw me some topics. Hey, listen. Yeah. Throw me some topics. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. How dare you, phone, make noises when I'm streaming? Eric Mui. Okay, Samurai Girl, number 1. Excellent. Eric Mui. Headless Knight. Ooh, Sky Whale. Oh, you guys you're just hitting the topics out of the park. Beautiful Eric's Fog Creature. Cyberpunk Viking. Oof. Please be Cyberpunk Viking. Please be Cyberpunk Viking. Number 6. Number 2. Which is Headless Knight by Gok6. Awesome, man. Gok6 won the role today. No, Knight by Gok6. Oh, lordy. So close. So close. You guys, your topics are fantastic today. Super cool topics. One day, Samurai Girl will happen because it's the same as for Man Bear Pig. Man Bear Pig was suggested for a week straight, I think. I do love samurais, actually. I worked on Shogun 2, Total War. I painted samurais all day, every day. So it was a Headless Knight. Okay. 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 Uh-huh. Okay. My brain went out of commission for a second. Okay. All right. I want to figure out a way to take my painting with light technique to the next level. You know, like what moves can I make when it comes to process to make that process stronger? You know, because like let's see, what's it? I do enjoy the way it looks. Like it looks really nice when I'm just painting with light and letting things fall into shadow. But it's also, it's a bit too lofty. Does that make sense? Lofty, as in like it's not defined enough as a process. I'd love to, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would love to. I would love to kind of figure out how to do it better. In America, just like I'm not in America. No. No. Oh, I think Gaxix is in France, right? Hey, Atsuki. Good morning. Say art. Sleep on my arm and then tape the stylus to yours and then start swinging violently. See what's up. Oh, as in the way of improving the technique. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that would give some interesting results, I think. One way I think where I could try to pick up inspiration, if anyone, you guys have, you all, I assume you have seen, what's his name? Zapata. What's his first name? James Zapata? No, James. James, right? James Zapata? James Zapata. Hey, Mila. Um, yeah, James Zapata. His style, if you guys seen him paint on his streams, the way he does is completely different from how I do it. Obviously, because we're all artists, we all paint differently. But he has this really, like, he sits and fiddles with the shapes a lot, and kind of just carefully crafts and crafts. And I don't have that patience. I have way too much like ADHD to have the patience to sit and have the accuracy of or how is it, not accuracy, but like the drive, for the lack of a better word, to be able to sit and just work the shapes, like work the shadows, little by little, constantly, until, like, yep, that's the shape I was looking for. Let's move on. And he's sitting there and just kind of corrects everything constantly, and it's so impressive. And I think that's a little bit what I'm trying now. Obviously, I'm not James Zapata, and obviously, I'm not trying to do his style. I'm doing my style. Um, but uh, but there's something to be had. I've seen a lot of artists that do that, and I don't do that at all. And I think that is something I have to learn to to. Oh, this is kind of where I'm thinking, right? I think I have been painting in my style for so long, I can't change it. I think in a way I can change it for sure. I can force new behavior into my process. Um, but fundamentally, there is something there that makes me draw the way I draw, right? But um, knowing art for so long now, I know that everything is just about process and what you practice. So I could change my process easily only if I practice it. So one thing I think, in order to do these light first kind of way of painting, like I started today, in a slightly different way today, is what I think is needed in order to get it to work, is that I do paint fast at choice moments. I will have to try to slow down, but slow down as in do more with less moves, because I know, I think, at least I think I know, looking back in my memory at all the other classic classic normal way I did the painting the light, is that I start very big and slowly building smaller. But I think in order to take painting light in the next step and speeding up the process, is jumping the gun a bit faster. Obviously, I'm going to make more mistakes and repaint more areas like I'm doing now, obviously, because I don't see the big picture yet, because I haven't placed those blocks. And that's something I see in James Zapata's work as well, is that he searches constantly. He tries to find the shapes. And I think that is the downside of that process of trying to nail stuff as you move along, is that you're searching a lot and trying to nail everything at once, right? To some degree. Obviously, James Zapata, same as everyone else who tries to do that technique, will shape search, right? They will try to see what is what, so that they can what the best combination. So I'm thinking, how about if one would try to combine both processes of going from big to small at the same time as being a little bit more accurate while painting the shapes? I think that would be a possible interesting route to take. That being said, uh, easier said than done. One thing I also kind of thought about the other day was, for this one client, I can't name names or project, obviously, because it's NDA and secret. The industry doesn't know this game, but it's a big new game being developed, and we are helping out with kind of like art direction to some degree, exploring with the art director the direction of the visuals. So one I was doing it in one style. I tried another style. I tried a more comfortable style, and the more comfortable style was a technique I've been experimenting with for Kickstarter client that hired us to do their character designs. So, in that style, I start very much like painting light, but not really, not exactly that technique, but it's quite close to what I'm doing now without background. So it's all just production art style, like white background, and no fancy like placement in a world. They're just standing there. But I tried that with this big client, and they really enjoyed it. So I had to do more in that style. And that's what was one of those realization I mentioned the other day, was about that I started using a little bit of photo in rough sketches like this. So let me try to Google that quickly, something. Just to kind of show the basic idea of how I used photos to help enhance the design. I'm just picking any random one now. So take it like that. Obviously, there's copyright things to be taken in consideration, but like I just used the photo like that. Started erasing, reducing, and just kind of trying to get some extra information in there to help like sell the idea that something is happening over there, right? And what I did was just kind of Google jewelry, and for that client, I Googled jewelry, specific kind of jewelry. I can't really talk about details, but I took Googled photos of jewelry, and then just stretched, squashed flipped, repeated, um, and just kind of smashed them around in the painting until there was some cool results, and just kind of kept, because it does take the thing a step further quite fast. Um, Obviously, you don't want to breach any copyright things from photos, so you can't rely on the photos you're using to hold the painting, right? It just needs to be as noise, some extra filter layer, I mean, of information. And you need to make sure that you don't want to sit in a shitty position where you have to answer answer to the copyright claims because you were too lazy to actually use it in a smart way. Yeah, 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 exactly. It it does something with the process. What I would love to see you guys is to try this technique on just take like a half an hour uh, during the week if you have time, and try sketching with light and see what that process does to your thinking and approach. It would be interesting to see and hear um, as like a test, because I'm thinking of using this um, in my next character design class, um, painting light, um, as a great way of using the knowledge. So as a test, I would love to try it, to see how someone else would, uh, because who knows the process better than you guys, because you've been watching it. you know, I'm quite sure that you don't have really any questions on how to emulate this style. I know that who was it? Lou Rib was it who started sketching in this way before he got too busy. He started sketching character designs using this light first technique. I mean, not obviously this version of it, because now I'm experimenting with my approach of going into detail faster. Um, but yeah, I would love to see how you solve this puzzle. Would be very exciting to see what you draw. And I think I also with this client that I can't talk about. Um, why I keep on mentioning this is because I'm kind of jumping all over the place. I'm trying to get you on the same direction of thought. But one thing I noticed was that brush foundation changes the painting a lot. And by that, I mean, like now on this one, I've used soft brush only, right? Most of it is not only, but most of it, majority of it is just a big soft brush and playing with scale. And I noticed doing work for this client because I'll show this technique. I can show this technique tomorrow. But a cool thing why it works really well with black and white, for example, which I'm doing for this client with a white background and not on a tinted background like I'm doing now, is that when there's zero value on the canvas, a lot of layers don't affect it. So that if you do like an overlay on one value, like 1 point value, the overlay can react to it. But if there's a zero value, pure white, overlay, you can take black and mash it around as much as you want on the canvas. You will never see anything. And if you make another layer underneath with any percentage of value, all of a suddenly you'll see the overlay. So what I figured out with that is that I can do like I did today, just rough a shape in and start defining it and use overlay, and it will only bite, so to speak, on the things that has value. So then I could start shading a really dirty, quick volume and not care about the background, because the background doesn't have any actual value for the overlay to grab onto, which was an interesting kind of. I knew it from before. I knew that that's the way overlay acted, but I kind of figured it out as a process, which was a nice little discovery, which helped kind of that process out quite significantly for me to be able to get something down in a very rapid manner. So what this technique is called? Hurri special sauce. Yeah, sofa strangler. It's a nice little hack, actually. And the same goes for soft light, I think, and all these overlay acting layer settings. No, I don't know what this paint only light first is called. I doubt I'm the first guy coming up with it. There's probably someone who is, probably some art technique already out there from fine art. If not, that would be awesome to come up with a first in painting technique, but I doubt that's the case. Oh, I knew you guys would take it somewhere dirty. Kick. The moment those words came out of my mouth, I was like, yep. Oh, thanks, Caxis. So now I'm changing up the brushes, and it's changes the way the shapes read completely. And when doing this technique, the temptation to go in with darker or black or white, brighter, rather than relying on the values that's there and having edge control rather than value, or edge contrast rather than value contrast. The urge to go more contrast is so huge, and the subtlety of the light is lost. Do any one of you remember that old, I think it was PlayStation game, with a mummy and a knight? Like, there was a mummy head that could shoot the tongue out or something? Captain Jetlag. Captain Jetlag, what am I supposed to do with you? Tell me, what do you think we should do with you? Oh, good. Medieval. There we go, Gaxix. Medieval. Oh man, I love that game. It was such a different game. Completely. Was it medieval? Let me have to go to medieval. Medieval? Medieval? Yeah, I think it was medieval. Maybe. No, maybe it wasn't. It was like almost like a mummy as well. Cool, Captain Jetlag. You're more than welcome. I'll Google the medieval. It isn't that, but that medieval was also a good game. But it was. I know Dado. He painted the character one time, but it was like a mummy head and medieval knight. I don't remember. It was really weird combo. But the game itself was cool. Really, really classic. Medieval was also lots of fun. I remember that.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
Thank you very much
You
for
win.
the
All right. What do I win?
Another
for
beer.
the
Oh, I'm
host.
going for the high score.
See what streamer? I gotta load the thing. Come on. Ugh, broken. Unfortunately, I can't see who you were, person hosting. But cheers, thank you. My alert thing doesn't want to work. Hey, yeah, Sig plays. Cheers for that. Thanks for the host. Much appreciated. My Streamlabs did not want to cooperate. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, like I've been I was testing a technique that I usually do, and today I'm doing it slightly differently to see how it works out and how to possibly improve it. I'm not sure that I have improved the technique, but much like sketchbooks, you gotta try something to see if it will work. So the general idea of this technique is that you start with light first, right? And don't focus on anything, but you kind of build the volumes. So what I tried today, which I've been ranting about for all you new people, is that I'm trying to kill two birds in one stone. So I paint light first, but I try to define edges at the same time, more kind of definitely. I would say it's a bit of a mixed bag when it comes to results today. I'm not personally super happy about the way this concept or this painting looks. It's too messy. It's not clean or strong enough. Usually this technique is a lot more precise. Siege plays. What was your nickname on Concert Art? Hey Monty, thanks for the follow. I remember a lot of people on Concert Art, especially if they had cool art. So chances are I will don't know your name because I'm shit with names, but probably maybe I'll remember it, or maybe I'll remember your art. Siege. Oh, that doesn't ring a bell. Probably will remember your art though from that back then if I see it. Like, oh yeah, that.
All right.
Hey, Casadan69, you and me rocky run that beach. Such a stupid animation. How could they put that in a in a movie? Hey, Siege Plays, cheers for the follow. That's cool, Siege Plays. That's the way to do it. Yeah, so this stream is a daily stream. So the same time every day for all you new people. I start the stream by asking for topics. Today, Gaxix won by having the headless knight. And at the beginning of the stream every day, I ask for topics, and then I get rolling. How dare you, phone? How dare you, phone? Ring during my stream. Okay. I love the magic grace in scenarios like this. I always love it. Magic grace, I think, is called when temperature occurs when there is no temperature. Like there is this technique you can do to paint. You can paint an entire painting in almost all grays. You don't paint any other value or hue. Between like cool grays and warm grays, I guess. I don't know. I don't really remember. But you can get like tons of colors out of it without needing to use colors. There's this specific word for it. I don't remember what it's called. Hey, Digital Cube Media, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. And one more time. And Avrin, cheers for the follow. Cheers, Digital Cube Media, thanks for that. My insane speed. Yeah, today there's no insane speed. I'm just undecisive today. But yeah, all you new people, feel free to drop by tomorrow as well, same time. Just minus 30 minutes is when the stream starts. Minus 30 minutes from now, that is, tomorrow. I'm not sure about this blue. I will play some and then I will tweak it. Probably need to do it. Oh yeah, there we go. And then time's up. Oh shit. Let's just put some magic in here. And then we have to call it a day. So it's a daily stream. If you guys who are new here are interested in watching more, and I usually rant about better topics than than I have today, there's a YouTube archive underneath the stream with around over 350 episodes of warm-ups, and special, even more with special streams, which is paint over sessions and so on. So if that's something that intrigues you, feel free to dive in. There's also a website in progress called 30minwarmup.com, where I post these streams. It's a work in progress, mind you. It's not finished. And there's also an awesome Discord with a cool community that keeps helping each other grow. So if that is also something that's interesting, there's there. That's there. Okay, enough pitch. Okay, today was a good experimentation. I'm not super happy with the result, but there you go. Digital Cube Media. Yeah, the goal is to have a lot more to that website, but it's on the way of. I haven't had time. I had to put up something because of a lecture I was holding, and then I got swamped. Cheers, Monty. There's lots of rants of all sorts of topics, and they're only 30 minutes long. So feel free to dive into the YouTube archive. There's you can on the website, for example, which is out of date and not catched up with most of season 2. If you go to YouTube, each episode has like a topic. Not symmetry. Distillation. Can't find a better word. All right. Thanks everyone for joining in. And the glove, I use a painting monitor. There, you see? And the glove is for me not to smudge it with oil, grease, skin oil, you know? And because when you do draw on top and then there's dust, if you don't use it, and then you draw on top, and you're eventually going to scratch and work the area down. So just by having this brush, glove, you reduce, you have a longer lifespan of these. Yeah, it's smudged. It's a smudge glove, you know, so you don't sweat and shit on paper and on graphite. All right, that's it, everyone. I run over time. Okay, see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Have a great day. Good night if you're on that side of the world. And here comes outro time. Oh yeah, I need a new outro.